So incredibly, the holidays are still coming, even though this has been the weirdest year on record ever in the history of the world, as we know it. And so I wanted to give you two things to think about as you go into this holiday season. And two things to think about depending on where your child is on this sort of developmental trajectory or spectrum. So for many of your little kids, they actually don't remember how holidays are supposed to look. And so I really want to stick this in your brain so that when you are feeling sad, disappointed, frustrated, angry, grief-stricken, any number of things about the differences and the ways in which you want to celebrate whatever holidays you celebrate and can't because of the pandemic, I want you to remember that your child may not be having the same experience because they don't have all of those memories yet. And this is actually one way in which that's going to work to their advantage if you can remember not to project that onto them. Now, we're going to talk about the reverse scenario in a second, but if you've got a child who is previously unaware that holidays are supposed to be a certain way, there's freedom there for you, okay? You don't have to hold on to this notion or to wring your hands about the idea that your child is not going to have a perfect holiday experience, because first of all, let's be real, we never have that anyway. But let yourself off the hook a little bit, particularly if you've got somebody young who doesn't remember. Okay, now let's talk about the child who does remember, who is going to say to you, Mommy, Daddy, this year feels different. To that child, when they bring it up to you, or when you notice behavior that indicates to you that something's going on. So you might see like a behavioral response. You might see kids who are acting out. You might see kids who are quicker to tantrum, all of those things. Okay, so if you see behavioral changes, or if your child straight up comes and says to you, I'm really worried that Santa's not going to come this year because of the pandemic, for example. To that child, you can say, you can acknowledge all the feelings that you're going to have, and you can say, and just remind them that whenever you're together, whenever you have the intent of celebration, that's what makes the celebration. And so that conversation with the child who realizes that things are different is going to look very different from the child who doesn't. And again, when that child comes to you and says, this is really different, acknowledge that it's different. Do not go straight to, but it's going to be fine. We're going to have a great time and all the things, and we're going to have fun. And that's a little bit of glossing over, and your child will know. Even if they're not able to articulate why that answer doesn't feel satisfactory, your sort of what you're broadcasting energetically from your body is going to signal to them that your words don't match. So be very clear with yourself about what feelings you're having about the holidays being different. Be on the lookout for what feelings they might be having and put words around those. Don't try to shape this into anything that it's not. This is an exceptional time. Be with that and know that we are all going to get through this. We are all going to keep growing and changing, and we're going to be stronger for it. Until next time, take care.